Welcome back. We're delving into embracing stillness and seeing beyond illusion. We're merging these today because these go directly hand in hand. So let's begin by noticing how the mind tries. It tries very hard to weave reality. Most of us have had moments where we believed a thought completely, only to realize later that it wasn't necessarily true. Can you relate to this? These thoughts that you've had that at the time seemed very real and felt very true, and then come to find out they weren't true. They weren't true at all. We make these assumptions and often find out that what we were assuming was completely false. So here's a question. I'm going to be sharing or weaving some inquiry throughout today's video. And most of what I'm asking, the mind cannot answer. All right. So here's the inquiry. What happens when you catch your mind trying to spin webs of reality? How do you respond as you're witnessing and listening or watching the mind? What happens? Do you try to make sense of these webs of reality, or do you just gently watch them drift away? Do you just notice them dissolving? Because when you see that the mind is attempting its very best to construct reality, there's no need to force thoughts to stop. You don't have to put that kind of effort in. Not at all. Because whether these thoughts are present or not, they do lose their authority. They lose their command. And you'll see this happening over and over again. You'll see this authority around thoughts begin to loosen their grip as your awakening deepens. Until eventually, you no longer seek the mind's verdict at all for what is true. This happens later on in the awakening and the deeper awakening. So can you remember a time when your mind was busy? Okay, it's thinking and having these thoughts, yet you, who you really are, still felt at peace. You were at peace no matter what the mind was saying. Can you remember a time when that happened? If you can, and if you can't, no worries, but if you can, what allowed that peace to be there? Because there's a stillness, untouched by thought, by all thought, completely untouched. It is a vast, unmoving silence. A silence that breathes beneath the mind, beneath the mind's restless dance. And whether the mind stirs with stories or silences completely in quiet retreat, this immense presence always endures. We're going to lean into it together right now, because this presence is right here. It's steadfast. It is unnameable. It is infinite. And it's always here beneath every wave of thinking. Just really be here with us. please pause right now and just notice, how does it feel to experience stillness? It is a felt sense. The mind cannot answer this. I mean, can you sense it even now as you're listening or watching? Can you lean into or rest as, relax into this stillness? This is your true nature. And this stillness, this silence, it's not the absence of sound or physical sensation or thought. It is the quietness, again, beneath. It's not truly beneath, but metaphorically speaking, beneath the sound and beneath any sensation you're feeling in your body and underneath all thought. And when you open to this immense stillness, to this unspoken, unknown, something in you wakes up. This is the awakening. Awakening is simply seeing things clearly and exactly as they are. It's sensing this stillness. Our reality has nothing to do with what the mind weaves or conjures, but it has everything to do with clear seeing, seeing beyond illusion. This is what leads us into that felt sense of stillness. Now, much of the awakening's journey is the gentle art of noticing what you are not, and then allowing each illusion to just softly dissolve. Just softly dissolve. And as the veils fall away, it reveals the clear and silent truth underneath, again, beneath the ultimate truth. So in this moment, as we're here together, what do you notice about yourself when you let go of all thoughts about who you think you are? And right now, just without thinking, or just of not focusing on thoughts, can you sense your true nature? Can you sense this stillness? And again, we're not looking for any answer from the mind. It can't reach the infinite. It can't reach reality. It is just like wearing, the VR headset. But stillness has a way of stripping away our illusions. Sometimes stripping away gently and sometimes stripping away abruptly, but always revealing what's real and what's true. And it can feel hard. It can feel hard to open to stillness when the mind insists that reality should look and feel and sound different than it does. You rest as silence. You relax into the stillness, and the mind saying, no, this isn't what we are. We're this form. We need to get up and get around and get busy. We can't sit here and rest as stillness. We've got things to do. But when it's seen that these other versions are only thoughts, then stillness becomes effortless, completely effortless. No effort. No needing to try to make your thoughts stop or try to move into stillness. Without a single thought of yourself, you are the stillness itself. Again, boundless and quiet and whole, WHOLE, complete, until restless thoughts arise, telling you that you are something else. But even as these illusions dissolve beneath your gaze, realization blooms. Enlightenment happens. It's just very helpful to be reminded over and over again that you are not the stories your mind invents, nor are you the passing tides of feeling. You're not what you feel. And you're not what you feel, not only not what you feel emotionally, psychologically, but not physically. You are the silent, spacious presence where all of this arises and all of this fades. So, as we're winding down, where do you usually look for truth? Are you looking in thought? Are you looking to find it in your feelings? Are you looking for it in the sensations in the body? And these might be pleasant sensations, or they could be painful sensations. Or are you looking somewhere deeper? Again, these thoughts and feelings that we all have, arise and fade within you. Everything is within you. And yet they are just passing clouds in the vast sky of your being, of your true being. Because we are the spacious awareness that is boundless, vast, and silent. It is the luminous field in which every whisper and every wave finds its moment. It has its moment, and then it gently disappears. Watch throughout the day. This happens over and over and over again. The thought comes up, the feeling arises, the sensation comes up, just like a wave. It's gone. And you can't get it back. And you'll never be able to repeat that exact same thought, feeling, or sensation ever again. It's gone. It's of the finite. So as you rest in this gentle inquiry, sense whether a quietness or a vastness unfolds within. Sometimes it feels very, 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 very silent. And other times it feels very, 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 very vast. And other times we can sense both. It's not changing. It's just how we're sensing it, our experience of it. It doesn't change. It is what we are. But just give yourself permission to simply be with whatever arises. There's no need to grasp. There's no words to define it. There's no mind to measure it. Just let the silence blossom in its own quiet way. Because this is the heart of clear seeing. This is seeing beyond illusion, all illusion. You surrender to the stillness. You surrender to the stillness that is your very source. Your very source. And then you recognize yourself in its infinite embrace. Much love to you, and namaste.